So we've had a look at the draw. We're going to have a look on how to do if a player wins or not. So I'm just going to go down. This is the X player, so player 1. And under the if and else we did earlier, where it was going to move the X into a space or not, I've just copied a load of stuff from my other program just to save me typing it out because it will take forever. But basically, as we said earlier, lists work on what we call index numbers. So that would be index number 0, that would be index number 1, that would be index number 2, that would be index number 3, and so on. And as we know in noughts and crosses, we need to get the noughts or the crosses going across, diagonally or downwards to win. So what we're saying here is if row 0, which is the first space, and so we're using a Boolean operator there, row 1, which is position 1, so that's the second space, and row 2, which is the third space, if all of those are equal to X, then X wins. Okay. Now we then have to go through and think of all the other permutations. So we've got the next row, 3, 4 and 5, then the next row, then we've got going downwards, so position 0, 3 and 6, then we've got the middle row going downwards, then the last row going downwards, and then we've got the two diagonals. Okay, so they're the possible permutations of a win. All right. Now, what I've done is I've put in here a little function, okay, which I'll explain shortly. So I think what I'll do first is I'll copy in the same for player 2. So we've got all that sorted. So this is player 2. I'm just going to paste all of that in there. So I'll check, I think that's all okay. So it's exactly the same. I'll just replace the X's with O's. Okay. And we've got this function called board. Now I'll just explain how that works and what it is. But essentially, a function is like a miniature piece of code that will run inside another program, and it might run repeatedly. Okay, so up here I've defined board, def board, and then indented are the things I want to happen when board gets called. And what I want is I want the board to be printed out, and then I want the game to end. Okay, basically what we're saying is when X or 0 wins, we want a message to the user to say they've won, and then we want the board printed out, and then we want the game to end. Okay, so we've got the different permutations for X, we've got the different permutations for 0, we've got the function where we're calling it here, which should give us a printout of the board and end the game. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if all that works. I will try and win a game here. We'll just do it very quickly. So we'll try and go along the top row. So this should win us the game. There we go, X wins and the game ends. Okay, and the same would be true for O as well. All right, so that is how to make our noughts and crosses or tic-tac-toe game. The last video I'll just show you how to do it where you've got one player against a computer.